I'd like to give another life hack that I use quite often for travel and outdoor things like camping, hiking. If you use a empty 5-hour energy bottle, I always save these. You can rinse one of these out and use it to hold toiletries or really any liquid that you want to store inside your bag without having it leak out. I don't drink 5-hour energy myself, but if I see one of these empty bottles in the trash, I'll usually dig it out. Or if I see a few of them rolling around on a friend's floorboard of his car, I'll ask if I can have them. They may look at me weird, but I got a use for them. But if you just clean it out really good, it makes a really great container. The bottles are indestructible. You can throw one of these against the ground as hard as you can, and I'd be surprised if you could actually break one. I use them in my toiletry kit for camping and travel. I use them a lot for sunscreen. I got a bottle of sunscreen here. This isn't 5-hour energy. This is like a different energy drink brand, but I always use shave gel. I prefer a shave gel or a cream that comes in a squeeze tube as opposed to a foam. For one, it's easier to get one in one of these bottles, and personally I just like it better because it's more lubrication on your face when you're shaving. And I always carry camp suds. That's a biodegradable camp soap. It's good for washing your skin, your hair, your clothes, dishes, whatever you need. And I usually carry hand sanitizer as well. Personally, I'm not a fan of hand sanitizer. I never really use it for the most part. More and more studies are coming out saying that it's doing more harm than good. But it is good for, the one place I do use it for is camping. And the reason I do that is every now and then you got to use a porta potty, and there's not really a place to wash up. Some of those camp toilets are just, they're not the sort of thing you don't want to be washing your hands afterwards, and there's not really a great place to wash up afterwards usually. But and then on top of that, hand sanitizer is a great fire extender. You can use it to help you build a campfire. But I'm actually out of it right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill up this bottle. And usually when I fill these up, try and spill as little as possible. It helps if you stop every now and then and just kind of tap it to get the air out. You get a lot of air bubbles in these, and you want to get them as full as possible. Spilled a little bit, but that's not that big a deal. Here, I'll just wipe this off with a cloth here. But in addition to using these for toiletries, they're also good for things like condiments. You can fill one of these with mustard, some balsamic salad dressing if you want, vinegar. I always carry things like olive oil and MCT oil. If you don't know what MCT oil is, it's good stuff once your stomach gets used to it. Or one thing I've also carried in here at one point is a bicycle chain lube. I've not really needed it that much, but if you're going on a long cross-country bike trip, several days long. Maybe you want to carry a little bicycle chain lube on you. But once you get these filled up, in order to not get them mixed up with each other, it's easy enough to label them. So we'll just label those with a Sharpie, and just so that label doesn't rub off, I'll just cover it with some clear packing tape. And now we're good to go. So I hope that helps you. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if the TSA allows these for travel on the airplanes. As far as I know, it's probably just going to kind of be up to the TSA agent that happens to be working that day. They might let you by, or they might not. But really, I've never really carried one of these on my travel, or when I was traveling, I've never really carried one of these on my carry-on luggage. I've always had a checked bag that I keep my toiletries in. But that's one thing to consider.